Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I want to chat with you guys and gals a little bit about why you need to run from people who are promoting fad diets instead of balanced diets. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so, and if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're seeing way too much of this again these days. This has always been a thing of people promoting diets that have a name and all this nonsense. And the reality, people need to be following balanced diets. And I get it, for lifters, you're going to want more protein and stuff, perfectly fine. But even then, you probably don't need as much as people are telling you need. You know, you don't need 300 grams of protein to gain muscle. You just don't. All right, but I digress. Over to the point. Everyone is so focused with all these weird, crazy, kooky ideas of we're getting into anti-nutrients. Like, oh my God. I mean, keep in mind, this has been completely debunked by the leading researchers and experts and registered dietitians and stuff, this whole thing. Like, there's tons of material saying, hey, this is stupid quackery. It's dumb, just stop. This is nonsense, right? This is what the best experts are telling you, right? And here's the thing, like, there's no conspiracy to get you to eat fruits and vegetables. Just stop. Again, anyone who is, that's a perfect example. If anyone is telling you, yeah, there's a global conspiracy to convince people that fruits and vegetables are healthy, all right, that person is insane. Let me state that again. They're not just a quack, they are insane. They need to be in a mental institution. All right. Definitely don't need to be giving out nutrition advice. So over to the point. It's nonsense. Or the crazy vegans. All animal-based foods are causing the problems. Yet they'll eat coconut oil and refined sugar. Yeah, those are the top end of the problems. Just stop. They're plant-based. And you're also having nutrient deficiencies and brain damage because of your nutrient deficiencies. Just stop. Same thing, the carnivores. Oh, plants. Yeah, your plants are not the problem. Fruits and vegetables are not the problem. Just stop. The keto people, carbs, really? Just stop. All the longest lived, healthiest societies on earth eat 50% or more of their calories from carbohydrates. Again, full of crap. This is all crazy fad diets, people. Crazy fad diets. What people need to be doing is balanced nutrition. Okay? We know based on all the available data, the higher diversity of fruits, vegetables, fibers, and things that you eat, it's going to be a whole lot of food groups. Generally, the better your gut health is, the better your health is, the better your nutrient diversity is, the less imbalanced problems you have. Because anything that you're worried about, hey, getting too much of one thing versus another, starts to really go away real quickly. Different foods literally counter some of the minor negatives we get from other foods, right? We see this all the time. This is why a varied, balanced diet is so important. Okay, literally some of the, like phytic acid. But if you eat any meat with iron in it, it completely removes any of the anti-nutrient concerns from phytic acid. That's a perfect example. Phytic acid has amazing health benefits, amazing antioxidant, anti-cancer benefits. So the same thing, if you're eating small amounts of red meat or limited amounts, reasonable amounts, guess what? The phytic acid, for example, cancels out some of the concerns of the red meat as far as colon concerns and other stuff, insulin resistance. It's like, oh, so in reality, leaner cuts of red meat do really, really well with any plants, foods that have phytic acid. You know, certain grains and legumes and stuff that people are worried about. See how this works? Just following a balanced diet. My God. So it's like, wow, maybe eat some brown rice with your steak. Holy crap. All sorts of good stuff happens. Right? So this is what we mean by a balanced diet. Quit excluding entire whole food groups. If a balanced diet means we should be eating some of most of the different food groups to some extent, right? So you need to be eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, tubers, lean meats, dairy, eggs. These are all beneficial things, right? They're all beneficial things, and most of them, any concerns that you have from them are only there in excess. So if we're eating a balanced, varied, whole food mixed diet, we're pretty good. If we're avoiding excessive saturated fat, we're avoiding refined sugars, we're avoiding alcohols, and we're just eating a very mixed diet, you're going to be, in terms of dietary nutrition, in the top 5% of the population easily, just in terms of that. Even if you don't really fine tune anything else beyond that, even if you don't care about what your nutrients are and track them or try to fine tune anything, you're still going to be really, really, really good. You're going to be in the top 5% just by following those rules. Okay. But people get obsessed over nuance while they're still doing silly stuff. They get into the silly fad diets that are unhealthy. They get extremely obsessed about individual things like a pesticide or something, or an anti-nutrient. And it really is a waste of time. These are obsessions. And I'm not saying we shouldn't ever care about these things, but there comes a point. That's a perfect example. Number one, you're not getting away from pesticides in foods. Number two, fortunately, you don't have to. Our body can handle small amounts. You're not going to get away from them. But number three, like, why do you even care if your other stuff isn't dialed in? It's like, you'll see someone who drinks alcohol who's worried about a pesticide. Like, you know how stupid that is? No, I mean, literally. Do you know how dumb that is? That's like throwing away $100 bills while obsessing over a dime somewhere. It's that level of that is a level of stupidity. Like, that's not just bad. That is so stupid that, you have to wonder if that person can tie their shoes on their own. Because one of these is objectively way scarier and worse than the other, for the same reason as being a poison. And this is what I mean, guys. Just a balanced diet. Don't worry about the minor things. If you're eating all whole foods, you're eating a varied diet, you're getting all these various foods, and you're limiting the really bad stuff, refined sugars, saturated fat in excess, alcohol, all these things. If you're doing these things, you're in a good place. So stay away from the fad diets, and anyone who's promoting them, they're either a con man or they're crazy. And that's what you have to remember. And really, either one of these is a problem. And I don't mean a good type of crazy. I mean, I'm definitely crazy. You guys see me pushing a sled barefoot. Like, let's squat 500 pounds at age 48. Let's go running barefoot. Let's push a sled down the street. I'm crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not crazy. But there's different types of crazies. These are like need to be in an insane asylum crazy. And really, a lot of them are. Like, they're that nuts. Like, it looks almost like undiagnosed or unmedicated schizophrenia. Like some of this nonsense. Some of these diet people. Like, I really think that's what's happening. These are major disorders going untreated. And then they're spouting off nutrition stuff online. Run from these people. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative. I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.